So today I'm going to take you through a super simple, easy way to make a moon realistic in Cinema 4D with Octane render. Last year, NASA came out with this awesome page called CGI Moon Kit, where they give you all the textures you need to do this easily. I'll save the scene file for you if you don't have time or want to go through this tutorial, but literally it's only going to take a few minutes to do for yourself. So first you want to come to this color texture map. They've got these huge maps. I'm using the 4K texture map, so click on that one and download it. And then come to the displacement, and I'm using the 5K version of the displacement, nice and big, but click on that one and download it and save it into a texture folder inside a Cinema 4D folder. Here you've got how to use these maps, and it takes you through, let me just scrub through what we're about to do, pretty much. So we're going to get these maps and wrap them around a sphere. So let's do that now. I also make sure I've got reference on hand to get something super realistic. So let's jump in. So first I'm going to save my file. Save as moon_scene. Fire up Octane. Grab these lines, pull it over there to dock it in that position. Let's just update the area there. Come up here, grab a sphere, change the object segments to something huge like 128 so it's nice and smooth. So let's get in a light, objects, lights, area light, and let's also get in a camera, Octane camera. Let me turn off the camera for now, select the light, I'm going to drag it over here so we can see it's working. Hold down Option and just drag around the scene so it moves around a bit. Okay, default sphere and light, getting somewhere. This is a default light background on Octane, so I'm going to click the settings here. Settings tab, environment, default environment, let's change it to black, the environment color. Refresh that so we see that's working now. Come across to the light. I'm going to select the light tag in the Octane light, the visibility, and I turn off the camera visibility. So I don't want it in my render. Select the light again. Let's come across to the details. I'm going to change the shape to be a disc, just so it's a little bit more sun-like. And then I had a bit of a research, and I looked at how big the sun is compared to the moon, and you see it's 400 times further away, 400 times bigger-ish. And then if I brought that down, if I had an artificial one, it's sort of the same size as the moon. If I have an artificial light, maybe a little bit bigger. So let's select the light and make it 110 centimeters, just a little bit taller than the moon, the radius. And then let me move its position to exactly minus 400 away to replicate the distance and the angle. Great. So what I'm going to do now with that light is it's where I want it, but I'm going to put some tags on. I'm going to put a target tag. I'm going to change the sphere name to moon, select the light again and the target tag, and drag that moon to target object. So now if I move the light, follows the object. Great. And also another tag, I'm going to add a rigging tag. Where is it? Constraint. And click on clamp. Drag the moon into that target area. And so it's going to stay distance 400 centimeters away. So no matter how I move it, it's going to clamp to 400 centimeters. Great. So next, what I want is some textures. So let's come to materials, Octane diffuse. Let's drag that onto the object, double click it. Just going to zoom up closer so we can see a bit better. Select diffuse. On texture, come to C4D Octane, image texture. Select the tab and the three dots. Let's go find our color texture. That's it there. And then do the same for the displacement. Let's add displacement, go into displacement, find that image texture. Again, select on the tab, 3 dots, let's load in the displacement texture. Done. Let's go up a level. We want to change the level of detail to about 4K, which our map was. So if you see all that texture, all that detail come back in, and the height to about 1.2 for a bit more realism. We are done with the texture, and we're pretty much there. I like to go to the camera imager, the highlight compression. I'm going to change it to 1. So it brings in those details back in those blown out highlights. And that is it. Your super simple moon is done. It's just now finessing camera angles and rotation. So I'm going to middle mouse click so I can see. I'm going to select my camera, option, click on those traffic lights so I can see it. I'm going to select my camera. So that's the camera angle I've got. I'm going to zero out these by, is it right clicking or middle mouse clicking on, it's right clicking on those will zero out the coordinates. And with the light, I also like to change the color temperature. Where is it? Select the tag, light settings, to something like 5600. So it's not such a blue light, or maybe 5800. So more of a neutral color temperature, not so blue. And that's it. Your moon is done. And then all I do is, I'm going to zoom out from here. I select my light and I just move the light in different angles. So I might select all of it, Option G into a grouped folder, Moon Scene 1. Copy paste, and I'm just going to go through and change the settings and come up with all different views, and got it doubled up on the light there, all different views and scenes of a realistic type of moon. So let me go do that and see what I end up with. Oh, I forgot to say, usually in my light, I like to set it at a super telephoto. So we select that and drag it right out. So that gives us more of a look of how people usually take photos of the moon. And to render, I'm just going to click up here on the render settings, change my lock this ratio, change my output to 1920, 1080, change the renderer to Octane Render, and then just go choose where I'm going to save it to, and then click this render button.